All right. All right, what's up, guys? This is Mike B reporting live from Montreal. You guys are all doing great today or tonight, wherever you may be in the world. So today's lesson, we're going to be looking at exactly what I was just playing, which is Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles. Now, if you want to play this song along to the actual recording of the song, you're going to have to put your capo up on the 7th fret. But today, we're just going to be doing it all open today. Just no capo kind of version. So yeah, still sounds great without a capo. Yeah, this is a great song to go over if you're kind of like, if you've got a few of your open chords down, and you're kind of wondering, you know, what's next? Like, you know, you can kind of strum some chords. You know, it's not too much of a problem for you anymore. This is kind of where you go after that. So you know, now we're combining strumming the chords with playing just single notes in those chords. And we're going to be adding and taking a few notes away from these normal chords. A lot of like totally normal chords in this song with just a slight kind of a few different, you know, notes being dropped and added and things like that. So yeah, it's a great song to kind of just up your game on chords and strumming and get your right hand a little bit more proficient. Now, when you listen to the song, you can kind of hear a lot of like brushing. Like it's sort of always almost like the right hand is constantly brushing. It almost sounds like. You know, it's like the right hand is kind of just brushing constantly. I'm going to go over a little bit of that today, but we're not going to cover that too much because actually where that sort of comes from is actually that sort of comes from your inner clock and having a good sense of rhythm and playing a lot to a metronome. Then you kind of access that stuff. You can kind of really just let your right hand keep just sort of brushing along in time. I'm going to do a little bit of that stuff, but mainly I'm just going to be getting you going on like the chords and just like an exact sort of right hand pattern. And yeah, if you want to get that really brushy sound, just keep practicing it a ton over and over and over again. And what you're going to find is naturally you're going to start to do that a little bit. You're going to start adding in those brushes if you've done it enough times. But don't try to force that technique because if you're not ready for it, you're not ready. You can still play the song without that. And it's just super frustrating for you if you have never, or, you know, it's still a totally new thing. So yeah, I'm not going to go over it too much. Just kind of explain a little bit how you do it and just give you an exact sort of way to play it. So like I said, we're doing this one without a capo. I've got tabs for this, by the way, in the description of this video. Make sure you click that link and follow along. This one's fairly intricate and will be a lot easier if you can follow along on the tabs. So yeah, just in the description of this video, I've included a link. Click that. It's going to ask you for your email address. So yeah, just toss in your email address, and then immediately you're going to get an email back from us with the tabs for this. Don't worry, it won't be any spam or anything. It'll just be the tabs. Just put in your email, and yeah, we'll get that to you as soon as possible. So yeah, go ahead and click that link in the description and put your email address in there. Now, let's kind of jump right into this one here. So we start off on a D chord, regular D. So if you've never seen a D chord before, it looks like so. We've got first finger on the 2nd fret of the G, 3rd finger on the 5th fret of the B, or sorry, 3rd fret of the B, 2nd finger up on the 2nd fret of the high E. It's a standard way to play a D chord. Now, when you do this D and you strum it, you actually want to have the D string down. You don't actually want to have the E or the A string in here. But if you do get them in there, that's no big deal. It still sounds fine with those ones in there. But if you want the totally correct chord, bottom 4 strings. All right, so what we're going to start off with here, I hope you got your guitar with you, by the way, because, yeah, definitely going to need to play along with this one to totally get it. You're going to start off just hitting your open D string. All right, so let's just do that. Let's go one more time. Just open D, and then you're going to strum the chord. All right, so let's do that again. So D, chord. Remember, if you're just joining us, please go to the description and download click the tabs. Pull you up, gonna put in your email address, and you can get the tabs to follow along. So yeah, it's in the description. Let's do that again from the top. We had open D, and then a strum. One more time. Now after that, we're gonna go back to the B string with our pick. So we go, just pick that B string or the second string. So now, check this out. This is kind of cool. This song really demonstrates all the things you can do with the D chord. One of the things you can do with the D is take your second finger off, and you get a sus2. So what we got here is you go, and then you go open E. Let me do that really slowly. I'm sorry, I missed the last overtime. Nice. All right. And then after that, we go back to the open D. So that's that very first, just where it says D chord on the tabs. That's that first little bit there. So let's just run that first D chord a bunch of times. By the way, I think you'll probably have to go back and rewatch this lesson a few times to really get this one down. But yeah, you can totally do that. The replay will be up and ready to go right as we're done. So yeah, just make sure you watch this one as many times as you need. I'm just going to go really slowly through the whole thing so you can go back and just rewatch it. So we start off, we got... All right, let's see that a couple times. By the way, on this song, I know like the right hand seems really intricate, but actually, as long as you have those rhythms right, if you hit the wrong strings, that's totally fine. So whenever you're doing these arpeggios things, it's way simpler than you think it is. Because on the guitar, if our left hand is in that chord shape, you know that any string you touch with your right hand is going to be a note in that chord. So just go for the timing. If you hit a wrong string, that's like totally fine. It'll still sound like music. Sweet. All right. And then after that, we go to a 1-finger G. Second finger on the 3rd fret of the E string. Just give that strum right through. Then you add your 3rd finger onto the B string. And then you're going to play the open high E. And then back to that B. So that whole G sounds like this. One more time. If you accidentally strum all the way through the high E on the beginning, that's totally fine. No worries. We're playing pop. We're not playing classical or anything like that. It's okay if there's a few mistakes. All right, so I'm gonna come back and do this whole line a couple more times. Let's move on to the A as well after the A7. Chord looks like this. You just got a little 2 fingers here. First finger, 2nd fret D. 2nd finger, 2nd fret B. Just gonna hit that. And then we drop our 2nd finger off and play the open D. So yeah. Put it back on. And then we're gonna add our 3rd to the 3rd fret of the B. And then the open high E. So let's do that, A7. Nice, one more time. So now I'm gonna go back, I'm just gonna run this whole first line a couple times really slowly so that when you're replaying this lesson, you can just go back and just watch that a bunch of times and really nail this. So here we go, this whole first line really slow. And again. one more time, we'll move on. All right, sweet. So yeah, go back, rewatch that part as many times as you need to really nail that first line. Yeah, lots of intricate stuff on the right hand going on here. So let's go to the next line. Now we are back to our D. So regular D chord, you start off this time again with the open D followed by a strum. Pretty much every line starts with that. So, but just like before, we go back to the B and the open high E. We actually do the exact same thing on our D chord on this line as on the first line. Cool. And then we go to the G again. This time, we're going to add the major seventh in. So you do it just like this, just the one finger. Naturally, it's going to kind of want to lean over the A string and mute it. And your first finger, what you're going to do after you give it one strum, you're going to add it to the second fret of the high E string. That's a G major 7. Love that chord. So we give it a strum, and then we play the 2 on the high E, open high E, 3rd on the B. All right, so that whole G on that second line. And then A7. So you can see, once you've got the basic chords to the song, you've got like most of it. So let's go back and let's try that whole line again. I'm gonna do the whole thing really slowly. Let's do that one more time. If you guys are just joining us, go to the description of the video, click on that link, get the tab so you can follow along. We're just on the second line. Very nice. Okay, so yeah, go back, redo that line as many times as you need while you replay this video. Now let's go to the third line. Again, starts off with the D chord, but this time it's going to be slightly different. It's pretty much the same thing, but we're going to change one little thing here. So it starts off, we got normal start. After that, things change a little bit. All right, so let me dissect that again. So we start off normally, full strum, B string. Now right after this, you go open D, whole chord, back to B, and then you go open high E, then 2. So that whole D on the third line is. See, I made a slight mistake there, and it didn't even sound bad. It was totally okay. He accidentally hit the wrong string. It's totally fine in this song. You can even hear George do it a couple times. He accidentally crashes into the wrong string. Because his left hand is just in the shape, the right hand can get any string here, and it's going to be a right note. So let me do that whole D one more time really slowly. Nice. To the 2-finger G, we're going to add that major 7 again. So again, we just give that G a strum. If you're just joining us, make sure you go to the description, click the tabs, download so you can follow along. We're just on the third line. We have one finger G here. Up on the major 7. So you just go 2, 0, 2 on the high E string while you're holding that chord. To regular E. That's regular E right there. You got 0, 2, 2, 1, 0, 0. So after that E, just go back to the D. You just do that. So you strum the chord, open high E, back to the B. Sweet. So that whole line, really slow. And that's the end of the line. Let me do that whole thing again. Whole line, that is, whole third line. Oops. Cool. All right, one more time, then we'll move on. All right, and then we get to the next line after that, which sounds like this. We go. So one more time. So we start off here. You're going to go 2 on the G string, and then 4 on the G string. And then you've got your second finger is going to jump on the B string here. 3rd fret, and then open high E. So we got. And then you go, first finger goes onto 2 of the G, the second finger stays. First finger goes off. First finger goes back. Oops. So that whole thing so far is. One more time. And then after that, you just go on the B string. You're already on the 3. You just go 3, 2, 0, and then 2 on the G. So that whole figure is. Sweet. If you guys are just joining us, make sure you click the link in the description, get the tab so you can follow along. Yeah, you're gonna have to insert your email address, and then you'll get emailed the tabs. So let me do that whole line one more time, and this time I'm going to add on the last 2 chords, which are a D and an A7. So we have. Now, actually, the first time you do this, after this thing, you actually go back to the beginning of the song. You just start repeating all the lines. But the last time we do it, you go to the D and to the A, or the second time we do it. So, yeah, you start off, you go through everything up to the first 4 lines, leave out those last 2 chords, the D and the A7, go back to the beginning, do those first 4 lines again, and then you do that D and A7 at the end of that 4th line. And I like to do it like that, just like a 1, 2, 3. 3 Ds, 1 A7. All right, cool. And after that is where we get to the. All right, so what we got here, you start off kind of highlighting an A chord. You go open A string. 4th finger is going to hit the 4th fret of the A, and then 2nd fret of the D, we're just highlighting an A triad. So 0, 4, 2 on the D. And now we've got actually some pretty sort of basic chords here. You got a regular F, and just arpeggiate it. So here's my regular F right here, 3, 2, 1. Same fingers as frets on the D, G, and B. We don't have to worry about doing a bar on top or anything like that, because we're not actually hitting those strings. So you're just going to play those 3 strings, D, G, B. So where we at? Again, so open, 4, 2. And now you kind of shift to a C chord. And And your right hand is only going to do A, D, G. So let's do those again. Next chord is really easy. It's a one finger chord, G over B. So just go 2 on the A string, and you arpeggiate same 3 strings, A, D, G. All right, and then you just hit the G after that, 3rd finger. Hit the open G string after that. So that whole first or last part there, where it says bridge, or I guess yeah, the last line on the first page, we go everything before the D and the A7 a couple times. So. A7. Do that a bunch of times really slow. Speed that up a little bit, you get so on that D7, so like do like that, just 3 strums, 1, 2, 3, followed by 1 A7, 1, 2, 3. All right, sweet. Then after that, so that's that bridge section. So after that, we go to the next page. We got the first line on the 2nd page here, and this one. So the very first A7 on this line, because you do that bridge section, like the part before that, this thing, you do this 8 times. That whole thing 8 times. And the very last time you do it, the A7 at the end of the line is actually replaced by the A7 at the beginning of the next line. So what we got then, if we just take it from that first line of the last page, so that's what it sounds like. Now let's really dissect that slow. So we got A7 first. You go ta 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 ta. So 1, 1, 2, 3. So 1 strum followed by 3 quick ones. So take off your 2nd finger. You go like this. So that's just all in the B string, all the action there. So we got open B. 2nd finger goes back to where it was on the 2nd fret of the B. 3rd finger, 3rd fret B. And this is our next chord. So we have ta, 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 ta. Let's do that again. Ta, ta. And now we do the same thing on this chord. So that first strum was the 1, and then you go 1, 2, 3. So we have 1, 2, 3. Let's do that again. So ta, 1, 2, 3. Ta, 1, 2, 3. Go back 1 step just to here. So that's kind of the walk up there. You got regular A7. Add your 3rd finger again, and you leave your 3rd finger and you start playing the whole chord with the open A as well. So nice kind of A sus4, A7 sus4. So on that one, you go like 1 strum followed by 8. All right, so far we have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we add our pinky on high E string, 3rd fret, 8 strums. So that whole thing really slow. brings us right back to the beginning of the song. And now we've actually covered everything top to bottom. So to finish the lesson, I just want to do a quick, really slow run through of everything we just did. So yeah, I'm just going to take the song top to bottom, super slow, no breaks between any sections. So when you're learning this song, go back, rewatch this video, and as soon as you've got a handle on it, watch the end of this video where I do the slow run through and try to play along with me doing it. So 1, 2, 3, go. Do this part twice. Here we go. And that brings us back to the top. So hope you guys enjoyed today's lesson. Remember, if you're having any trouble with this, you can connect with me through a one-on-one lesson anywhere you are in the world. We do it all online these days. So let me know if you'd like some help with this song or any other thing guitar. But yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed this lesson. Please go back and rewatch that like a million times. I know I covered a lot of stuff. I literally just did the whole song. It's a pretty intricate song. So make sure you just go back, watch what I do really, watch me do it really slowly and just try to get this whole thing down. I know there's a lot there, but yeah, I think you guys can do that. Again, post any questions if you got them. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I will see you next Sunday. Take it easy.